Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is SatTV Week. Now I'm pleased to be joined by Gil Ilany from Spacecom. Gil, tell me a little bit more about the company and what it does.
Sure. Spacecom was established in 1994 as the Amos satellite fleet operator. We are currently operating 3 satellites, Amos 2 and 3, covering Europe, focusing on Central Eastern Europe and the Middle East, and our newcomer Amos 5 for Africa. Spacecom is a publicly traded company in the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange.
Amos 5 launched late last year, undergoing in-orbit testing. How's that progressing?
Successfully launched. The IoT tests are almost over. The craft should commence operation beginning of February 1st. This is the formal date for operations. Everything is intact.
You're one of many operators. What makes Spacecom different?
I would say two main directions that makes us special. We focus on emerging markets. When we started, we targeted Central Eastern Europe back then. That was only in the beginning of its emergence, and now it's emerging much faster. So we captured the market in the right time, including the including the Middle East, with all its requirements for satellite capacity. And now in Africa, we captured that market, we believe, exactly in the right time when Africa is emerging and communication needs and satellite communication needs are growing rapidly. And we are there now with a satellite focus and covering only Africa with excellent connectivity to Europe and the Middle East. So we believe this is something that makes us very unique, unlike some of the competition that are spreading in many areas and covering many other, including developing areas. The Amos 5 is focusing on Africa. It has a huge C-band coverage, Pan-African C-band coverage from the southern parts of Africa to the northern parts of Europe. So it covers Africa in its entirety with excellent connectivity to Europe and the Middle East. Main services that we witness now in Africa are where data services for broadband, ISPs, telcos, but also broadcast services. We're witnessing more and more these days. On top of the C-band coverage, we have 3 regional KU beams. One is covering French-speaking Africa. The other one is covering SADC, Southern Africa region, and the third one is covering Central Africa, English-speaking Africa. So we basically targeted our KU coverage also to cover all of Africa with focus on the Francophone, English-speaking, and SADC areas. And we also start to see growth in the need for KU in Africa for broadcast services, of course, but also for data and backhaul services as well.
Gil, thank you very much.
You're welcome.